Krishnamurthy from the interview portal. I'm back today to cover one more session. Today we are going to talk about another interesting area, renewable energy. I think this is one more area of the future, and I'm sure that many students would be interested in making a career in renewable energy. Before we go into the interviews, summarizing them, let me quickly explain, what are the prospects, what is the potential for renewable energy. As we all know, right, the world today, we have been using power, we have been using fuel, everything from conventional sources which have been causing a lot of environmental pollution, like fossil fuels that are being used, petrol and diesel that are being used for automobiles. So we need renewable ways and sustainable ways to generate energy, whether it is for electricity, for travel, or anything else, or even for fertilizers that are used in agriculture, right? We need biofertilizers, something that doesn't harm the environment, that provides a healthy growth opportunity for plants and animals, and in turn benefits us because we are the ones who consume the output of plants, output of photosynthesis in the form of crops, right? So what is renewable energy? Renewable energy is the energy that we can get from renewable sources, which could be wind, solar, the sun, or water, or also biomass, algae. Then there are also waste, all the waste that we generate, right? The industrial waste, the municipal waste, solid waste, wet waste, all these waste typically go to landfills, or they are incinerated. That is, they are burnt, right? But those both of them are environmentally destructive, because they are many of the waste typically, when they decompose, it generate methane gas, which is again a greenhouse gas. So there are several challenges, and with those challenges there are several opportunities to actually pursue a career in renewable energy in one of these areas. So let us quickly go there. Before that, this is the interview portal, our website, where we cover interviews of professionals pursuing offbeat careers. You can search either here for, let's say, renewables, or you can also do a control F and search here for renewables. And as you can see, scroll down a bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I see renewables in my category here. Click on that. There we have category renewables. So we see several interviews here. Let me quickly start with the first one. We have the interview of a biofuel researcher who did who did pursue his career in chemical engineering. He did a PhD, and he is researching the capability to produce biofuels at an industrial level, based on microalgae, or organisms, aquatic organisms, which have the potential to be used for generation of biofuel. Again, this is all in the research stage, so he's working at TERI, in terms of applied research, to see what are the challenges in trying to scale up this process of generating biodiesel or biofuel from microalgae. Right, he did his PhD in chemical engineering. The next interviews of professional who is actually working in renewable energy, but more in terms of predicting the output of renewable energy. As we all know, when we look at energy from the sun or the wind, that energy is dependent on how strong either the wind power is on a given day, or how strong the sunlight is on a given day. So if we were to switch completely to renewable energy, the load dispatchers, conventional load dispatchers, need to understand how much of energy will be available probably in the next few weeks or next month or whatever, right? So unless we do that, we cannot provide a continuous supply of energy to all our customers. So this person works on renewable energy analytics or renewable energy predictive modeling using machine learning, to find out, to estimate based on weather models, based on the weather for the next week or next 2 weeks, how is energy generation going to be, because the energy, renewable energy, is going to be dependent on either the sun or the wind. So this helps load dispatchers understand in their mix, power generation mix, what percentage of energy can come from renewable energy, and the remaining can come from conventional power sources. A very interesting area where you can combine computer modeling along with renewable energy. The next interview is of researcher in the area of nuclear fusion. This person actually, this is again related to pure science, pure research, where she's working as a part of a team, worldwide team, global team, which is trying to understand the energy generation in the sun. As we all know, sun is a perfect example of a nuclear fusion reaction. So she's working with a team that is working on a concept of using nuclear fusion to increase the stability of a fusion reaction so that it can be used to generate energy in the future. Again, a fascinating area. We have all studied nuclear fusion and fission in our school, but this person is actually applying that to solve a big problem of electricity demand in the real world. The next is an interview of a solar engineer. This person is actually working on real solar products to help farmers in Leh, again Ladakh, which is an extreme temperature area where temperatures can dip to -25 to -40. So he's actually building solar heaters that use the power of the sun to provide warmth to farmers in their homes in the nights. As we all know, Leh Ladakh doesn't have too much of electricity, and even if it has electricity, using a heater is a very costly option for farmers. So he uses the concepts of solar energy to come up with solar heaters which can leverage the heat of the sun, save it, and then the farmers can use it in the night even when the sun goes down. Next is an environmental microbiologist interview of environmentalist who actually works with farmers. Many of the farmers who produce crops, they also generate a lot of agricultural waste, and that waste has a lot of potential to be converted into biomass that can also be used for electricity or fuels. So and the most important thing is, if this waste is not used, a lot of the farmers actually end up burning the waste, which again causes environmental pollution. So he looks for ways to be able to recycle or upcycle this waste generated through agriculture for something else, for to be used for something else instead of causing environmental pollution. One of them could be biofuels, a fantastic area which combines renewable energy with agriculture. Next is the interview of a professional who did his PhD in solar technology in IIT, and then is working for a company in solar panel and solar manufacturing, in designing solar manufacturing plants. So he is using his PhD knowledge in the real world, where he works on turnkey projects for his company, implementing big solar technology solutions for the company's customers. Very interesting area where you want to take your research from the lab into the real world. Next is the interview of a waste to energy professional, very important area. This person actually works with customers who have lots and lots of industrial waste, and even cities which have municipal waste, solid waste. They are all looking for ways to reuse this waste in a more environmentally friendly way. So instead of them either being burnt or going to landfills, which again cause a lot of pollution. So she works with companies to identify the different types of waste and see the potential to convert this waste into either biofuels, electricity, or fertilizers, biomass, a lot of other things which help solve the environmental problem, waste to energy. Next is a slightly different area, where this person is a lawyer who helps customers who are involved in energy projects. Energy project, renewable energy being a new area, requires a lot of has a lot of legal hurdles because of a new concept. So she helps companies draft contracts for starting their business, and helping them navigate the legal maze and come up with their business faster. Next is the interview of renewable energy professional in the management area, where he actually works on sourcing of renewable energy. As I had mentioned before, renewable energy being a new area, it is highly fragmented the market, right? So if companies want to source renewable energy in bulk, they need the help of people who can look at trends, who can understand the logistics of renewable energy. So it actually makes the operational aspects of renewable energy a reality by helping companies source renewable energy in bulk and making it economically feasible for them. He has a degree in environmental management. Next is the interview of an automobile engineer who actually works on lithium ion batteries and fuel cells. These are the two technologies that can replace fossil fuels in automobiles. So he actually does research on lithium ion batteries to make them more stable and noise free, so that they can replace, in the long term, they can actually replace our traditional fossil fuels in the long run. Because as we all know, if we have to replace fossil fuels, our batteries have to last longer, have to be foolproof. So he works on designing better lithium ion batteries for electrical bikes. Next is the interview of a wind resource engineer. He actually works on wind farms. In windy areas, companies set up wind farms that can actually convert the power of the wind into energy using turbines. So he actually works with customers to estimate what could be the potential energy generated from a wind farm over a year. This helps these companies understand if it is economically feasible for them to set up a wind farm in a specific area and generate energy. Very interesting area, because he uses software modeling and programming to understand, based on the power of the wind, how much of energy could be generated by the wind turbine, right? That's a very technical area and very challenging. And then next we have again the interview of an automobile engineer who works on lithium ion batteries but in sustainable materials. He is doing some research on trying to identify green materials that can be used in fuel cells and lithium ion batteries, that can reduce the cost and make it economically feasible for automobile companies to use them in mainstream automobiles. And last is the career of a marine biotechnologist who actually researches macroalgae for biofuel production. It's a research area where she works at an institute trying to research alternative ways to develop biofuels through macroalgae. So as you can see, we discussed so many different careers in renewable energy today. I hoping that you like one of these careers and will plan to make a career out of renewable energy, because it is an area of the future. Thanks a lot, and talk to you in the next session.